Fox 45 News has heard from residents and law enforcement saying there needs to be a change to the Department of Juvenile Services. Now, it comes as a veteran DJS employee is sharing information about what is happening inside the agency. Fox 45's Mackenzie Frost investigated the claims and shares some of the shocking details.
Fights, assaults on staff members, and drug use are just some of the things that this employee says are happening inside various DJS facilities. Plus, they're raising concerns about hiring practices at the department, and some of these things mirror what we have been reporting about the agency over the past few months. The Department of Juvenile Services often shrouded in secrecy due to current laws. But a veteran employee speaking out. Fox 45 News has confirmed the employment with DJS. Wishing to stay anonymous, the employee says there are serious staffing concerns at the Western Maryland Children's Center. There are nearly 30 employees out on work-related injuries, according to the current DJS worker, leaving 3 employees in the building to operate the facility daily. WMCC is a max security detention and placement facility for girls operated by DJS. According to the latest monitoring report from the Attorney General's office, there were an average of 21 girls per day in 2024 at WMCC. There were 28 alleged youth on-staff assaults, 78 fights among the girls, and 256 physical restraint uses. The monitoring report described WMCC as a chaotic, unstructured, and conflict-ridden environment for the girls and staff alike. And both staff and youth continue to report feeling unsafe. The veteran DJS employee claims there have been multiple standoffs with youth and staff. One staff member was assaulted last week, the employee says, including being punched in the face, eye, spit on, and bitten. These reports of abuse inside the Department of Juvenile Services facilities mirror what lawmakers questioned Secretary Vincent Schiraldi about earlier this year during a legislative hearing.
Every single staff member has been assaulted. Every single one of them.
Senator Mike McKay from Western Maryland says he's heard from people at Green Ridge Youth Center.
We're just rewarding these kids with monetary gifts, and there's no consequences to you spit on somebody. And I'm not talking about, there's got to be some form of punishment. It's just not safe.
Staff can call the police if a kid's assaulted them bad enough.
But the details from inside the agency don't stop there. The DJS employee says the Director of Educational Operations, Executive Director of Committed Programs, and the Deputy Director of DJS have all been replaced under Secretary Schiraldi. The DJS employee claims these new hires have been connected to Secretary Schiraldi in some capacity. Fox 45 News previously reported on Joel Castone, a special advisor for a newly formed core innovation team. Court records reveal Castone served 26 years in prison for first-degree murder in Washington, D.C.
See why they're not being held accountable.
The staff changes inside the department has contributed to the agency falling apart, according to the current employee, directing us to an incident that happened at Cheltenham Youth Detention Center in Prince George's County, where a juvenile had to have their finger amputated. That incident confirmed in the AG's monitor report, but the details are gruesome. Several fingers were amputated after a staffer forcefully kicked a cell door closed as the youth was grabbing the door. That staffer no longer works at the facility. Staff shortages also plagued Cheltenham, where there were 258 fights among the juveniles in 2024. And in Baltimore City, the Juvenile Justice Center plagued with contraband. The current employee tells Fox 45 News one kid was found with 17 Suboxone strips and 7 vape pens. The monitor report mirrors those claims, noting 32 incidents of contraband in 2024, the highest in 3 years. And a kid was seen nodding off and reported to staff that he was high. The current DJS employee claims kids are not being held accountable for their actions, and staff are tired of being bullied, harassed, but most of all, unsafe and overworked. These problems inside the Department of Juvenile Services come as concerns continue to climb about juvenile crime in communities across Maryland. In Baltimore, Mackenzie Frost, Fox 45 News.